Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. Stu Rich and Mike Wood here to take you through the Gong meeting at Kembla Grange this weekend. It's a big show lined up. Plenty of best bets coming your way, of course. All of our value, the $100 hot seat in there as well. And Mike, this signals the end of a very long spring carnival. I know you've delved deep into the form, mate. How have you fared through all this?
That is an absolutely loaded question, Stu. You know exactly how I've fared. It's been a very long spring carnival. Not many good winning results for me. A few bad beats, more seconds than a clock, more thirds than you at the dinner table, mate. Got you back there. Nice. But I had a good time. Got the Melbourne Cup winner. Looking forward to Gong this weekend. Yeah,
look, it's going to be great. We're only down there a few weekends ago. We had the Rugby League. Of course, the Aussies towed up the Kiwis that day. How are they in first spot in the world rankings? And, Mike, it's going to be great down there. The local atmosphere is going to be great. And let's get a few local trainers onto the victory post.
Yeah, they love their sport down there. And hopefully the local trainers can do well. Chris Lees last week, talking about seconds and thirds. He had some bad beats.
He did.
And a few were well back, including Juventus. Hopefully the local trainers can go well this weekend.
Yeah, good luck to everyone down there involved in the Gong. And, of course, Mike, track conditions, so much sun around and, of course, not the rain we want. Cheers to all the firefighters out there doing such an amazing job. But we're going to be on a good track.
Yeah, echoing your thoughts, so let's keep it pretty simple. The rail's true. Hasn't been true for a while. It's dry. We want it to be raining, but it should be a fair track on Saturday anyway.
OK, so good track as expected. And, Mike, 5 big races, or, of course, the one big race worth $1 million. That's going to be in there. Which are the other 4 we're looking at this week?
We're going to take a bite out of the card early. Not race 1. Not race 2, they're a bit tricky. The 2-year-olds in the highway. Race 3, 4, 5, 6 we love, so we'll be up early. And just in case we're not up, race 9, 1400 metres, the Get Out Stakes, Stu.
Party Central handicap at 6:15, mate.
Race number 9. I didn't spot that name.
Let's get it started. Race number 3. It's a benchmark 78 handicap. And as we get to this market, Mike, California Longbow running on really well to win at Rose Hill a fortnight ago is the favourite, $4.20. We've got Jazzland there on the next line, $5. 2 good wins this time in, 15 to the 2000, goes forward here. Mangione coming through the same form lines there as California Longbow. We've got Nordic, $7.50. The Ocean Park gelding over from New Zealand has one up to 2200 metres, I noted. We've got Mr. Reckless there, $10. That's chasing OK last week on the quick backup. Of course, Zuria there, interesting runner, 1900 metres last start. And Eugene's pick, Mike, is this your favourite filly or non-favourite filly of the Spring Carnival?
She's been my lady of the spring. I've backed her a couple of times and she's had no luck a couple of times. The Kenzo a few starts ago, over 1550 metres. Go back and watch that replay. That was terrible. I thought it couldn't happen again, but let's have a look at the replay and you'll see what happened next. She got back, she ran on. I think she would have been in the finish, Stu, but you can tell me what you think. California Longbow up to 1800 metres, a strong stable up to 2000 metres. Better Mangione can be a bit peaky in the purple, so just an OK run. And bar none, a bit disappointing, just OK this day as well, Stu.
All right, Eugene, so let's get to this point, Mike. After this race, you're there going, I think she should have won, mate. Come on, it's only going to be running into 4th there, sure.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I look at this replay 5 or 6 times, and every time I look at it, she just about wins, but I can understand why I would be biased because I put a lot of money on this that day.
All right, well, let's see if she can turn the tables. And look, she might have to be good enough to turn the tables on this horse. Dark Pearl, Mike, an interesting runner here. We're going to take you back to Flemington. This is obviously the big, spacious track on the 16th of March. We're looking at import here, coming off the fence, but got to love the way this horse really attacked the line and hit it hard.
Yeah, looking at the type, the conformation of this horse, it's a robust stayer. The more distance, the better. 2200 metres, 2400 metres. This is last preparation, third up at $26. Can you believe it? Over 2,000 metres. It's $26 over 2,000 metres, third up again on Saturday. It runs home very hard behind a horse called We Take Manhattan. The form lines are simply superior. Went on to come second to Mosh Music. That's superior form as well. Gap to third. Like it, Stu.
All right, so interesting to weigh that up against these Sydney siders that are heading down to the Gong
better form,
this weekend. Some locals and some Sydney siders. Let's have a look now as we get the race started, the key factors. We're looking for the gold. Keep your eye on the top right-hand side of the screen as we run our mini race. Mike, who has got all the form?
You can't possibly be confident. There's so many horses in good form. Right across the page, Play Sir. He's flying up to 2,000 metres lately.
All right, benchmark 78, and there are plenty of chances. Key factors time. Who's got all the progression?
Yeah, progression. California Longbow won, but goes up in weight. That's why he didn't get the gold bar for form, but he does have progression. Nordic has big progression second up. And guys, for Chris Waller, she can improve as well.
All right, there's 6 of them, Mike. We've got to start splitting these up. Does distance help us?
Distance, looking for the horses like the 2,000 metres. Lots of them do. The ones that don't, Mangione has peaked at 2,000, Zuria as well. Eugene's pick, even though I love her, I'm just not sure, Stu.
All right, interested to see if it's in the numbers. California Longbow and Nordic out in front of Jazzland. Mike, track conditions on the good track.
Loves Kembla Grange. Its only wet track one that was good was at Kembla Grange, so I'm happy the greys at Kembla Grange, Stu.
All right, fair enough. Well, there's another link to make up. Can she do it? Position in run. Who's got this?
Mr. Reckless can actually race on the pace despite his runs this preparation. So barrier 1, Nashville Willer. That's pretty good, Stu.
All right, so it's California Longbow and Nordic. They held the lead there from a host of others, including Jazzland. And, of course, Eugene's pick does rate a mention there, Mike. Let's see if she's going to rate a mention in the overall ratings, Mike, because this looks like a very, very open start to the day. $4.20 favourite. We've got Nordic, very interesting horse of mine, $7.50. And, well, Dark Pearl, you showed that replay, $26, the same price it was in that replay.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to run a massive race on Saturday, up to 2,000 metres. Karen McAvoy down on almost the limit weight. It's a very competitive race, but I think it's a good betting race. Dark Pearl, obviously, $26, up to 2,000 metres, a robust type. He'll love the extra distance, and I had to put in the grey mare somewhere, Stu.
Well, it's great odds. That's what value is all about. Eugene's picked here for value. Dark Pearl, or plenty of value is there at $26. There's a good way to start it off, Mike. That's race number 3. Let's get straight into the next race. It is over 1,200 metres. It's another benchmark 78 handicap. And Lucicello, this horse, well backed, fresh, and an easy winner over 1,100 there. Steps up to the 1,200. Well supported, $3.60 to $2.70. Miss Steed, $4.60. Well, you'd have to be not going well if you didn't notice that in its trials, Mike. Absolutely fantastic, $4.60. Kylie's, big, strong, powerful, fresh and with a trial win. Beaten two very short price quotes last time in though. We've got Blazing Mist, $9, the sizzling filly, and of course Switched, $11, the fresh winner, stepping up in grade, and Jen Rules second up, Mike. But Lucicello, I mean, that was a serious win, fresh.
It was very good. It was a small field. We're not going to have a look at that replay, and you look at that at home. It was only a slow tempo too, so she did well. Let's have a look at that trial you mentioned, Stu. Miss Steed. She trials from the back here. She gets to the outside. She quickens, and she was very, very good. But horse racing is all about speed, acceleration, and stamina. This was not a test of stamina. Obviously, it's a barrier trial. We know this horse has fantastic acceleration, and she has peaked a little bit first up before, 2 preps ago at Kembla Grange, Stu.
Okay, so just cruising into the race here under her own steam, being a trial, but you're saying that there just could be a few risks.
Yeah, looking at this trial, I just want to throw the house at her. What a trial it is. It looks so good down the outside. It's a sexy trial. But just seeing it be a little bit peaky, including that first up run 2 preps ago, I'm just a tiny bit worried, Stu.
Okay, well, the money's come for that horse. Let's have a look at 2 others in pretty good form at the moment. We're only going back to Golden Eagle Day a few weeks ago. We're looking at Free Hearted, running on in the red hat, and of course Generals coming just a little bit wider outside here. Mike, what a day this was at the track, but the stablemates fought this one out.
Yeah, Miss Invincible, too quick, too powerful on the pace. Free Hearted first start for the Bjorn Baker stable. Had a string of soft track runs in Adelaide, gets to a good track in Sydney, and runs really, really well, running on for second. Generals in the green. Look, she's not really a Rosehill type. She can be out sprinted, but she always finishes hard late. She was tightened, and I love the way she slides through the line late there, Stu.
Okay, well, that's what we've got to look at when we pick through these replays, Mike. There's a look at 2 for this race. Let's get into all the key factors now. We're looking for the gold as we run our mini race. Let's go. Who's got the form?
Mares at sprint races. Not many want to play these races. Miss Steed, great form, and the trial was good. You've got to give the gold bar for form.
Okay, so for the mares, who's got the progression?
Lots of them have progression. Maybe Handspun, Pumpkin Pie are a bit of a risk first up, but the rest of them are at the right stage of preparation to do something, Stu.
Absolute gold across the page. That's what we like to see. What about the distance?
1,200 metres. I think fair to strong tempo, which is a really important key factor or conditions for this race. Lucicello should love it. Midfielder back swooping home. And Jen Rules, like we said, doesn't always quicken, but she does surge late.
Okay, so the favourites right together here, Lucicello and Miss Steed, clearing out from Blazing Miss and Jen Rules as we hit the dry track.
Yeah, good Kembla. Maybe Kylie's being forgiven, doesn't like Canterbury. She's failed twice at Canterbury now. Jen Rules away from Rosehill Plus. Call Me Royal, good tracker plus. And Pumpkin Pilot's a good track too.
All right, the second race we've looked at, and we've clearly got another close race on our hands here, Mike. What about position in run? Does that bring another one to the top?
A bit of pace from out wide. Kylie's might get crossed, so no big positives for us.
Okay, so Lucicello on top with Miss Steed. They've been joined by Generals late there in the key factors. And Mike, I feel as though we can attack this race from a few different ways. We've got
Close
trials,
race.
we've got different types of form. We've got the money horse in Lucicello. That's where the money did come. Same with Miss Steed. You found another one here at value in Generals. But look, horses like Kylie's, you know, this is going to go forward, big, tough, powerful. Mike and Blazing Mist, they're not far away. But the favourite backers, they'd be happy enough to see that.
Yeah, same as the last race. Lucicello in the mix, but 270. Do you want to take it? Miss Steed, okay. I would dive into that definitely. Just that little bit peaky. I just think the Miss Invincible form line's been forgotten a bit. So we'll go with Generals, we'll go with Free Hearted. It's going to be a very close finish, but those 2 horses should be running off a strong tempo for sure. All
right, so Generals there at good value, and of course Free Hearted there in the second race we're looking at on Gong Day. After the break, we'll have a look at the feature, the $1 Million Gong. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. A big day of racing down at Kembla Grange, and the next race we're looking at is race number 5, and it is over the mile. And looking at the market, we've got Gresham second up, of course, with that good grey worm form. $5. The tough Turnberry just in behind there at $6. Going to go forward. Loves a fight. Esteemed Spirit, some good money here. $13 backed right into $6. This horse absolutely laps up Kembla Grange. Fun fact, we've got there $7. Tester Shadow $7.50 back to restricted grade. We've got Aqua Divina $10. Tarsin $9. So Mike, this is $5 the field. What a race this is.
Good betting race again, but there's a couple we do like. We'll look at the key factors later on. Let's start with 2 replays. Turnberry, Aqua Divina, looking a bunch finish. Sometimes you're worried about the form references, but the form for this race has been pretty good. Stu Strome's come out and won. True. The Waller horse and the Blue and White's come out and run a good second. Turnberry on pace, second up. Paraded much better this day, which is really important to note, and fought on all the way to the line. Geez, he's so honest.
It's so true.
Aqua Divina, not a horse that likes to quicken. You can see her getting out sprinted here in the maroon and yellow. She starts to come late. She gets a little bit of a check. I think it's a pass mark for her as well, Stu.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you about this horse, Mike, because, you know, just getting to that third up stage now, the mile, where's it at in its preparation?
Yeah, it was a big boom horse a couple of preps ago, wasn't she? The last prep, she was terrible. I think she does struggle to quicken. You can see that there.
Okay.
I think she would have got pretty close to Turnberry, at least a length closer, if she didn't cop that check.
Yeah, well, not beaten far at all there, Mike. And I mentioned this horse loves Kembla Grange. Let's look at Esteemed Spirit here. Outside the pace this day, and, well, Mike, 1400, so it's only got to step up 200 metres here. Can it do it based off this?
I think it can. It's a tough horse. It's an on-pace horse. It's a local horse. We're looking for these local horses on Saturday that should do so well. But after looking at this form a little bit, it's a set weights event. It was so well weighted this day, it had to win, and it's way up in grade on Saturday, Stu, so I'm just not sure.
Oh, won't the locals all be cheering when Glenda Markle has a winner?
Yeah, we won't be disappointed if it does get home. We'll be cheering as well.
All right, there's a look at a couple of replays to get race 5 started. Let's have a look now at all the key factors to try and help us find a winner as we light up the form first, as always, Mike.
Yeah, what an improvement from Turnberry second up. Light him up for form. He was right in the finish, wasn't he?
Okay, yeah, and rock hard tough. Of course, progression always kicks off the key factors.
Yeah, he looked good in the yard, but Gresham can still improve. Turnberry can definitely improve third up. Tarsin can improve. Aqua Divina third up as well. And Matawi, he's second up for Waller, a great stable.
All right, so the 2 favourites have got a fair bit of ground to make up here. Does the distance help them?
Well, I think 1,600 metres is great for Turnberry. He's had so many runs over 14, 15 because of the provincial championships, etc. But I think he's looking for the mile. Fun fact, better than the 15. Tarsin as well. Aqua Divina, more tempo is the key for this man.
All right, so 2 horses looking for the mile. Turnberry, the one they have to catch with the Aqua Divina form. Who's got the track conditions gold?
Well, Esteemed Spirit likes it, but it was there last start, so we can't give it a kicker. Tarsin should be good. Aqua Divina away from Rose Hill's a tick. And Cuban Royal's got great local form too. Okay,
so these Rose Hill form lines, Turnberry and Aqua Divina, way out in front here. Mike, do they get a good run over the mile?
Yeah, I think some of the favourites just lob into the right spot. Gresham, Esteemed Spirit, Tester Shadow, they'll all be there second, third, fourth, fifth and have every chance on Saturday.
Okay, so the favourites couldn't make up the ground there on Turnberry and Aqua Divina. They are the 2 on top, Mike, and it's looking that way. They're not favourites. They're probably worth a bet at each way odds.
Definitely.
Let's have a look now to see all the ratings. And look, when you've got all this same form, Mike, you've got to just have a look at it and go, right, is that going to measure up? It sounds as though these ones are going to be doing that, and they are well on top, both importantly at a good price.
Yeah, good price. We talked about Tester Shadow before the show. Maybe we're being a bit down on him because he comes from a listed level race, but it was a bit of a weak listed level race. Tarsin, the race that it won, wasn't very good. Matawi, a few people are spruiking him, and he can improve second up, but he has to. Turnberry, Aqua Divina, third up to the mile. They should both love it. And I can back them both, Stu.
All right, well, let's do that because they're very good odds here. We're talking about Turnberry and Aqua Divina there. And the next race we're looking at, it is the $1 million race coming to the Gong. How good is this? The corporates have sold everything out down there. It's going to be a great day. El Dorado Dreaming, obviously a winner on the program back on Adrian Knox Stakes Day, has had her issues in the past but is one of the favourites with Lover, who also won on that day 595 days ago, Mike. Quackerjack, $6. Big Goulburn Cup winner holding them off. Star of the Seas, $7. Super genuine mare. And how good is that Epsom Holding and Tiakau Shark form? going to hold up for this. Military Zone, $7, gets in light, out to the mile. Noble Boy, can this horse recapture its country championships winning style? And of course, Mr. Seawolf up the top, coming through the Reds Hill Stakes form. So look, a lot of form coming through this as well, Mike, from Sydney all the way down to Goulburn.
Yeah, a couple of geldings, a couple of mares and a couple of roughies down the way. Let's have a look at the mares first and foremost, coming through the Hot Danish. A bit of a steady tempo this day. Realim and Ruby was so well ridden and absolutely smashed them. Eldorado Dreaming, probably not suited off a steady tempo at Rosehill Gardens and smashed the line late. Lover, just too far back. She's parading really well with preparation, and she found the line just fine out wide, Stu.
Yeah, look, they're just at different stages of their preparation, isn't it? Lover had a little bit of a hock setback. We've got Eldorado Dreaming. I mean, always has had a few issues, Mike, but these two are just such class.
Such class. Always kind of fight on at the end, but that stats, Stu, 595 days. And it is only mares grade. I'm just not sure if I can fall into them as favourites.
Yeah, well, that's what the punters are going to really have to decide at $5.50 come the weekend. Let's have a look now at a horse, Star of the Seas. What a form race this is turning out to be. We're talking about the Tramway Group 2 level, mind you. And, of course, Mrs. Seawolf's in there as well, Mike. But this is Dreamforce winning and Tiako Shark flying home. And this is obviously Epsom form all over.
This is Dreamforce absolutely peaking. He's a Group 1 quality horse producing a massive run. Tiako Shark holding... Can you believe we're even comparing these form lines? Star of the Seas down the outside fighting on so well. And Mr. Seawolf also pretty strong to the line. The mile should suit both of them. A few forgive runs lately. At their best, they should simply beat these two.
All right, well, that's the form we have to look at, and it's got to be on top, Mike. Let's get all the key factors started now for the $1 million The Gong.
The question is, are they at their best? If you look at recent runs, they're pretty similar. Eldorado Dreaming, Military Zone, Star of the Seas, Noble Boy. They're all going okay.
All right, so let's have a look now, Mike. We've got to get this race started. Key factors time. Look, this is deep after the Spring Carnival, so progression's a real key.
Big key factor. Lover should love it third up. Crackerjack, Eldorado Dreaming, Military Zone. They're the four that are coming into this race, not off a long preparation.
Okay, so it's a lot of gold for the favourites there, and obviously the mile, Mike.
Here comes the first big kicker. Whoop, there it is. Mr. Seawolf up to the mile, 1,300 metres, and Group 1 quality was always going to be too short for him. He gets a massive kicker, but Eldorado Dreaming and Lover should like it too.
Yeah, big price for Mr. Seawolf, $12 or $13, levelling up with Eldorado Dreaming here, but there's a host in behind. Of course, the good track. Who's that going to suit?
Well, here comes the track conditions and a big kicker, surprisingly, the Star of the Seas. He comes from Melbourne, the soft track, but maybe he simply didn't like that way of going. Back to Sydney could be the key for him. Eldorado Dreaming, Lover, they should like the good track at Kembla as well.
Okay, Eldorado Dreaming and Star of the Seas, the ones they have to catch, Mike. Position and run. Well, where does Lover get to?
Yeah, should be okay midfield. Closer this time. We're going to leave it to the jockeys, Stu.
All right, so it's Eldorado Dreaming, one of the favourites in the mares. We've got Star of the Seas right on top as well. And what a race to analyse this
great
one,
race.
Mike. And it's such
really
a great market as well. We need to get involved in this race. It's been so well publicised. We're ready for the gong. Here it is, Eldorado Dreaming on top with Star of the Seas. Look, this mare's form, Mike, we've mentioned so many setbacks that they have had, but they are class. And look, that one replay, I just can't believe we showed again, the Tramway. That is Star of the Seas with some serious horses around it and just questions on a lot of the others.
Yeah, you know I love these key factors, Stu, but after doing this, I'm kind of pushing it aside because it's kind of come up as we expected it to come up. The first few favourites and the first few. Crackerjack, look, he's $6. He's got a lot to find. Maybe a good fella at $41 is interesting.
Yeah.
So you go through what we've been talking about. You go through the mares. You go through the Tramway form. And then you think about Chris Waller, what a great trainer he is. Kubrick coming back and winning the Bondi.
That was good.
He can do it again with Star of the Seas. He's such a fantastic trainer. Mr. Seawolf, he's definitely over the odds as well. Both Waller runners.
All right, so Star of the Seas there in the last for Waller, and another one, of course, Mr. Seawolf there.
Again.
Great race it's going to be. And that a few races after that, we're going to get 6:15, the stakes, the get out, the end of the day, Mike. This is going to be great. The benchmark 78 to finish it off, and final award. Going well, held up its later start, is the favourite, well backed as well, $4.60 into $4. We've got Destiny's Own, $6, well supported, fresh behind Outrageous. We've got Charatera there, $6, battling behind Outrageous as well. A little bit of a weight swing here on Destiny's Own. Groundbreak, $6.50 resuming, making nice ground in its trial. Napoleon Solo in the market again, $9.50, so watch the betting on this horse. Out to Superstar Bob, $10. And Mike, this is, well, looks like the get-out stakes here, doesn't it, from this market?
Yeah, all the markets all day long are pretty open. And they start with one of the replays, Destiny's Own. There's not too many replays to look at with good, strong Saturday form grade, including a horse that was well backed in Saturday grade. And that's exactly what Destiny's Own was in the box seat. First up, trialled very well, 13 into 10, fought hard. Charatera just couldn't get him, was a length behind. Yeah. Defeat is an interesting runner out wide in the purple and yellow. She was badly out-sprinted, but she does surge late. It was okay. And Prometheus, not sure what's wrong with him, but he's well back there, Stu.
Yeah, the crowd were cheering this day, Mike. But yeah, Sharatera, I mean, there's a horse just gaining a little bit there at the end, or was that just spent?
I think pass, Mark, but defeat, there's the one out wide, finding the line late. 1,400 for her should be a big tick.
All right, and Mike, you've found a replay here. We're going to show you Bobby
The
D.
last race, you got it, don't you?
We're going back to the 16th of February at Ellerslie. Tell us why we've got this. 2,100 metres. Finished it off pretty well, though.
Well, I think some horses just improve through their career. You look at him sort of 6, 7, 8 starts ago over 1,400 metres, and he was battling around benchmark 65 runs. He was only fair. He came into this race off a freshen up. I think he was 50, 60, 71. God knows, he was big odds. He fought on really hard for a strong fourth with really quality form around him. He went on to run well in the Derby. He's freshened up. Bjorn Baker, trials are good. Could be progressing, Stu.
All right, well, let's hope he's got another one there. Björn can find some from across the ditch. Let's have a look now at all the key factors and the ratings now, Mike, because we have got to end off a winner on the $1 Million Gong Day.
He did not find it. It was a hand-me-down from his dad, like all my suits. Final award, Destiny Zone and Superstar Bob. Light him up for form.
All right, final award, Destiny Zone, Superstar Bob. Let's get this race started, Mike. Progression.
Looking for horses progressing. Sharatera can improve second up. Destiny Zone as well with James Mack on. Napoleon Solo has to improve. The form recently is pretty poor, Stu.
Yes, I agree. Destiny Zone out in front, Mike, and the distance.
Look, coming back to 1,400 metres, I think is a big plus for Superstar Bob with the blinkers on, but he's just deep in his preparation, so there's an asterisk over that form.
Okay, but it's still on top here with Destiny Zone, with a few in behind. The favourite's looking all right here too. What about the good track?
Yeah, I think coming away from Rose Hill, even though he's trained there, is a plus for Destiny Zone. He's a tough type, but doesn't really like the firm conditions there.
Okay, so a nice kicker there from Destiny's Own, and of course position and run can be also important, 1,400.
Yeah, a few lobbing in the right spot, ground break, just okay form, but does lob in the right spot. So does Bobby D. Even though he's a stayer, he does jump well. Just watch his barrier trials. All
right, so Destiny's Own holds on for the win. Superstar Bob in behind, and a few at value there, and obviously the favourites final award. And Sharatera there, Mike. So an interesting one to end the day. Let's have a look now to see which way we are going to play it. And look, there's been value all across the day. And look, there's not another favourite on top for us here, Mike. So look, the whole card we've pretty much chosen. Okay, Destiny Zone's in the market, but we've got one here, Superstar Bob, not far behind. And well, I saw that replay of Bobby D, mate. $13.
Yeah, Group 2 form, you can't complain. Superstar Bob, he's found the right race. He's just found at the wrong stages preparation. Hasn't he? Defeat has been well backed already. I think I might have a few bucks on her at $16 because she is tough. She does find the line. But Destiny Zone has good quality Saturday form, is second up, and was well backed first up. So we'll follow the money.
Yep.
Destiny Zone for us. And Bobby D, after those replays, after that barrier trial, you've got to have a few bucks on him as well.
All right, plenty of gold for Destiny Zone there through the key factors. That's the bet in the last for us. There's a look at 5 big races this weekend from Kembla Grange. Stick around after the break. We'll have all our exotics and, of course, our multis as well. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. Well, we've had a big look at the $1 Million meeting at the Gong, Kembla Grange this weekend. And Mike, I know it's been a long carnival. There's been some ups and downs, but let's get the punters home and winner. What are the other bets on the program this week? All 9 races.
We will be down there. We will be having a few beers. I'm fishing in the morning, a couple of hours south of Wollongong, and I'm coming to the track in the afternoon. So it should be a massive day. Destination for the Cummings stable. Decent trials at $250 a quiddle. He's only won once and he's due, but $7 will do me each way. Dark Pearl, we talked about him, $26 up to 2,000 metres generals. So solid each way. Turnberry at $6. Star of the C7. Rare Episode, pretty good fresh at 8. Trumbull, so reliable, coming from the back at $3.90. And Destiny Zone, second up. A good bet in the get-out stakes, Stu.
All right, well, 2 at double-figure odds, and is that 3 for J-Mac to finish off?
And 4 overall, and I don't mind Mr. Seawolf. He could be the one for the Jockey's Challenge, I reckon, as always. All
right, let's have a look at the $100 hot seat now, Mike. We've got to get this up and going again. Let's get this profit right up. Where are we going to go? There she is. Eugene's pick is in.
$10, $12. I had to put it in. Dark Pearl's better value, though. General, so solid each way. Aqua Divina and Turnberry, I could back them each way. But I think one's a better win bet, one's a better place bet. And then race 6, the feature, Chris Waller. He loves winning these big feature races.
He does do
And
well.
I think he'll win another one, Stu.
All right, there's the $100 hot seat for all the punters out there. Take note of those. And of course, now it's time for our charity bet. We're doing it for Dementia Australia. So we really want to get this figure up and running. We want to hit the $1,000 mark before the end of the year. Mike, here we go. Gen rules. We're going to take this horse for a place because you've pretty much told me this is a tough horse. And I'll tell you what, the other tough horse, that is Turnberry. That is going to run a place. $2.30, 10 on that at 9.2. And let's stick with that race and take the Quinella because we saw those form lines before. That is the Rosehill form, Turnberry and Aqua Divina to run the Quinella.
Big track, fair track, good prices. Looking forward to Saturday, definitely, Stu. I like that Quinella as well.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a great down there. Hope it all goes well for everyone involved in Kembla Grange. It's the $1 million The Gong. Cheers from us. Head to the raceguide.com.au for all your feature profiling this weekend.
See you at the Gong.